Alright, so I'm starting on this workbench. I've just got a bunch of scrap 2x8s that are roughly 25 to 32 inches long a piece. They were cut-offs from a job site. I picked them up for free. I'm cutting them down to 2 inches, just using a table saw to run them through. That's what's left over when I cut 2 inches off each side. I'll use those for the bottom shelf. So this will end up with as 1.5 inches by 2 inch. This will be my top edge, so I'll have nice clean cut. And then this will be the bottom where these rounded edges are. It won't matter, but these will sit all together stacked like this, and I'm not sure if I'll glue them together or if I might use threaded rod or something. But those will all go together, and then I'll sand it down to where it's not, I mean, it should be pretty even, but it'll still need a little bit of sanding. They'll sit on 2x6s that run perpendicular. I'm going to cut a groove in the 2x6, or cut a, I don't know what you call it, cut a notch out of it. And then, so that'll sit on the 2x6, and that'll be the strength that holds it up. And then I did these at 2 inch, so I can put a 2x4 behind it underneath these. So that'll be extra strength if I need it. I wanted something that was strong. I thought about just cutting the edges off of these 2x8s. Just cut like, this much off, like 1/2 inch, so that I have a flat edge, a right angle there, and then just put a whole bunch of them next to each other. And that would probably be just as strong as this is, but this should be a little bit more aesthetically pleasing when I'm done. So yeah, that's just what I'm working on. A whole bunch of scraps. Alright, so I got my pile cut. These were kind of not very good. One is solid, but it's not straight. It's kind of like got an inch over here, 1 1/8 inches, and 1.5 inches over here. So I wasn't going to use that one. And then these were split, so I wasn't going to use those. Anyhow, I've got, let's see here, if I can do some math. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 high by 5 wide. That's 30. So I got 31 of these. 31 times 3, because they're roughly 3 inches. They're a little bit wider than 3 inches, but 31 times 3 is going to be 93. And with my end caps, that's going to be exactly 96 inches, which is 8 feet. That's going to be for my lower shelf. For every one of these, except for 4 of them, I have 2 of those. Which, that's 27 times 2, which is going to be 54. Right? I think so, yeah. 54 plus 4 more, so that's 58. Times 1.5 inches would be, well, half of 58 is going to be 29. No. Half of 58 is 27? That doesn't sound right. Boy, I really can't do math tonight. Half of 8 is 4. Add that to 25. So yeah, 29. So 58 plus 29 is going to be 17. I gotta write that one down. Alright. 58, 29, and 1. So that's only 87. No, I need 93 because my end cap, which is going to be 6. So I need divide by 2. I don't know if that's how you do division or whatever, but that's going to be 3. So I need, right? No, I need 6 inches divided by 1.5 inches. So that's gonna be 4, right? 1.5 inches, 3. Yeah, so I need 4 more boards. Cut at 1.5 inches by 2 inch. I can probably get 2 out of those. Maybe 3 out of those. Another one out of this. So yeah, I can get 4 more. So that's what I'm gonna have to do. Let's get those cut. And then I'll have equal amounts of width. And then my end caps will be out of, I got some bunch of 2x4x20s right here, and some 2x6x10s or 12s right there. So those will be my ends and my sides. And my posts are probably going to be either treated 6x8 or landscape timbers, which are only like 3x4, 3x5, 2.5x4, something like that. And they're rounded, so I probably won't use those. I'll probably use the 6x8s. But I'll update you when I get a little bit more done. Alright, well, I've got my boards cut and in place. I'm using these pipe clamps to get them tight. I had some glue, but the glue's junk. Got froze. I placed it on my heater, which is currently at 180 degrees, almost 170. And it would not thaw out. It was on there for 2 hours. So that's junk. So I'm just screwing everything together. You can see here my slot in the board. Just cut like a 1/4 inch off that. That's what these will sit on. Should be strong enough. If it's not, I'll put 2x4s underneath, lengthwise, and then screw those to the 2x6 as well. But we'll see. Cut and put on there. I went ahead and put this brace in between here. So the legs are just screwed through the 2x6s on the side. I used cut off 2x8s here, cut an angle on them. More 2x4s down in here, screwed through on the inside. The legs are way overkill, but that's all I really had to work with right now. So it'll be heavy, but it'll be sturdy. So I'm gonna build a shelf somewhere in there. I'm not sure the height yet though, so I'm gonna flip it over first and then cut my 2x4s to length and just screw 2x4s to the side, and then take all these 2x3s that are left over from cutting the tops and make a shelf in there. I figured those holes right here would come into handy. I'm always needing to bend a piece of exhaust pipe or tubing or something like that. And this bench should be heavy enough that I can use that pocket there to bend with. I'm usually using the end of the cherry picker, but this might work out well for that too. So it's coming along.